Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome to Take Your Medicine. This is Billy, and this is Bennett. They're my silly, goofy co hosts. Want to say hello? You crazy girl. Uh, Today is a bit of a special day, Billy. Did you know what today is? First of all, it is episode 52. You are on one today, Billy. And today also marks a really big day for me. I've been reflecting on it all morning. On November 4th of 2004, I was diagnosed with an incurable illness called multiple sclerosis. And I was 21 years old at the time. I was terrified and sad and devastated. I had one baby, and the doctor told me that I should not plan on having any more kids, that the lesions on my spine were the ones they were most concerned about, but I did have several lesions on my brain as well. They told me I would be most likely in a wheelchair within the next 10 years because of the lesions on my spine that were already larger than they wanted them to be. And I was just super sad. And I went through a year of pretty deep depression. And that never stopped me from having more children. I definitely just continued to try to have more babies because I wanted to be a mommy. And so I had a second baby. And after that, I actually had a vision in the Mormon temple, and that vision let me know that there was a little girl waiting for me to bring her down. And after that one, I had another vision of a little boy. And so the babies just kept coming because I could not deny what I was seeing. I knew that the baby was there and ready. And so I don't know how all of that works. All I know is I saw my children and knew that I needed to get pregnant. And I was terrified at the time because of my health, but I am so grateful for those visions and so grateful we brought all the babies into the world. They are so awesome and such a blessing, so wise. My greatest teachers. I'm Billy. We love the kiddos. They're good kiddos. Oh, Billy, you are the best. He cracks me up. How about lay down? How about that? You crack me up, girlfriend. So, 20 years ago, I was diagnosed with MS, and I had watched two of my aunts struggle with the same disease. And so I kind of knew what that looked like. The left side of my body went numb, and I was struggling with extreme amounts of vertigo and dizziness. I fell down the stairs multiple times. My brain would just kind of like wig out, and I would think that I was falling, and then that would actually make me fall. I had tons of pain, arthritic pain, just inflammation. I was depressed. Fatigue was a huge part of my life. And I really just hoped that I could make it to the 18th birthday of my youngest child at the time, who was Jonah. And I didn't know if I would. It was really, really, really trying and difficult. And it felt like a mental battle just as much as a physical one. Thankfully, I had a neurologist at the time who also was a licensed acupuncturist and looked at kind of the entire Eastern and Western spectrum of medicine. And she advised me to change my diet. And so I will forever be grateful that this woman, Dr. Pamela Vincent in Utah, who's now retired, suggested dietary changes because I was very ignorant when it came to my diet and how much my diet affected my health. I had no idea that what I was eating could be causing so much inflammation and issues in my body. And so I set out on lots of different changes throughout the years. First, I started with the Swank diet, which was developed by a neurologist named Dr. Roy Swank. And then the Overcoming MS diet, which I recommend looking into both of those. I eventually became vegetarian and ultimately vegan, and I feel better than I ever have on a vegan diet. But I also think that it's not necessarily for everyone. I don't know if there's a diet that's perfect for everyone. We are all so different and so unique, and we're built differently. And so we have different lineages. And so I think we just really have to do the work to get quiet and still with ourselves to figure out what diet works best for us in our life, and just have the courage to give our body exactly what it's telling us it needs. And for me, that has been an anti-inflammatory vegan plant-based diet. Boop. And Billy has a heart arrhythmia, so she eats mostly vegan too. Huh? Homemade food for this little baby. So, I have not talked a ton about my journey with multiple sclerosis, but one of the most miraculous experiences I ever had was when I got to travel to Costa Rica about, I don't know, 15 years ago, 14 years ago, and have a procedure done, an angioplasty done on my veins. Now, angioplasties are usually only done on the arteries, not the veins. Veins are thinner. So I tried and tried to get a doctor to treat me in this country, and they wouldn't. And eventually we were able to, with a lot of help from a lot of loved ones and friends, get to Costa Rica and have a surgery that helped me immensely. So if you or someone you know have multiple sclerosis, I would love for you to look up chronic cerebrospinal venous insufficiency, CCSVI, chronic cerebrospinal venous insufficiency. It has been proven to be extremely common in those people who are diagnosed and suffering with multiple sclerosis, that their veins tend to close up. And when there is too much blood in the brain, because it cannot drain because your veins are closed up, too much blood means too much iron. Too much iron is toxic, can cause scar tissue, which are the lesions on your brain. It can also do that from the spine. The azygos vein is what drains the blood from the spine. And if your azygos vein is closed, which mine happened to be 80% closed, tons of stenosis in my jugular vein and my azygos vein. And so when they went in there and they opened it up and allowed the blood to start flowing, I immediately got so much of my balance back. The inflammation started going down. I was able to walk without holding on to somebody's arm. I was able to, stand up and move around in the dark, which used to make me extremely dizzy. And my life started improving from there. I was super grateful. I've had to have that procedure now a few times because my veins have closed up. And eventually they told me there's too much scar tissue around your veins, and so we can no longer open them up for you. And so I've had to kind of try and figure out a different way of treating the stenosis, and the diet that I'm on has a huge role to play in that because it keeps my blood thin. Fatty foods and dairy are inflammatory and they thicken the blood. And so I try and avoid those so that my blood can flow and I can feel good. And then along came Jesus, Kate, and Ebert and all of my galactic friends, and this medicine work and all of the Reiki and all of the different modalities I've learned from these beings have taken me to the next level of healing. So diet has been a huge part, but another very major and crucial part has been going in and seeing what is there emotionally, what has not been treated, seeing what wounds still need care inside of me. And in doing that work and crying it all out and facing it all and feeling it all, I have been able to clear my body of so much heaviness, so much stagnant energy, so much hurting energy, and just feel better all around. And I feel clearer, I feel lighter, I feel, I struggled not only physically with MS, but extreme amounts of depression and anxiety. Suicidal ideation was a regular part of my daily life. The mental struggle of my life has been immense, and I have found freedom and happiness and peace and harmony from all of these different things that I have done to heal myself and to go really inward and clear everything out that I do not need. It has not been an easy road at all, but I'm grateful for all of it. And I am amazed at what we can do with a little bit of intention and a little bit of courage if we have the courage to face the things that are making us sick, to face the things that are slowing us down, to face the things that are causing complication and chaos and negativity in our lives. If we can just really face them, remove the ego, and really see what it is inside of us that is needing our care and our attention, we can heal and we can feel better, and we don't have to feel all yucky and heavy, slowed down and weighed down by the weight of it all. We can walk in peace and harmony and joy, and we can find joy in every aspect of life, even the hardest parts. So I hope that as you reflect on your own journey, that you are brave in whatever it is that you want to do. Be brave, take it on, do something that scares you, get outside of your comfort zone, be bold. It is truly magic to just set an intention and be brave about it. So I encourage you to be brave in your life and to take on your own healing and to reach out to me if there's anything I can do to help. We are going to be starting Soul Circle every other Wednesday starting November 13th at the space in Cavecreek, Arizona. Every other Wednesday starting November 13th at 6 p.m. And it's just going to be a space of movement and healing and a safe space where we can share and grow and connect and move our bodies and release what no longer serves us. And I'm really excited to just really connect with everybody there and enjoy some healing and rejuvenating, recharging time together. So that's all I have for today. I hope your day is so wonderful. We are headed to Utah to spend a few days tomorrow. So I will be back maybe the end of this week or possibly into next week. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.